What's up, YouTube? Today we're doing a special question and answer to help celebrate reaching 200,000 subscribers. Anything you want to know about me, being a YouTuber, or whatever. We're also going to give away some gift cards. I got a bunch. I'm going to give away some throughout the video, and I'll give away some in the comments down below. If you like, and put a comment, and of course subscribe, you will enter to win the giveaway down in the comments. 2 iTunes gift cards, 2 Google Play. You get to choose $10. Well, let's do the video. This video is sponsored by Shadowverse, an awesome anime collectible card game. Shadowverse has over 1 million battles per day and is free on both mobile and PC. Plus, the developers are super generous, giving you 50 free card packs after you complete the tutorial. It's also a highly strategic game with 8 distinct leader classes and cards designed by some of the world's best card players. Now, there is a link to download Shadowverse down in the description, and each download really helps me out. All right, back to the video. All right, let's start it out. First question: if Brawl Stars didn't exist, what would I do as a job? Well, I gotta say, as a YouTuber, I always wonder, what is my life gonna be like in, 4 years, 5 years? How long can I be a YouTuber? What would I do if I wasn't a YouTuber? So before I was a YouTuber, I had a job as a consultant, but I kind of hated that. And then I went into esports, and I had an esports job, and I actually kind of liked that. So I think if I were to have a job that wasn't as a YouTuber, I'd probably want it to be in esports in some way, whether helping build an esports team, helping run a team, or just something in that field. Otherwise, I kind of like the marketing area, but honestly, it's harder to see that as a job. Will I ever collaborate with other YouTubers such as OJ, Kairos, or Lex? I have actually collaborated with all of them, although I'm sure you've noticed I don't do collaborations very often, and I haven't really done that many. And honestly, the biggest reason I think for me not doing many collaborations, it's not that I'm opposed to them at all. And if anyone ever asks me a lot of times to come on their channel, I almost always say yes. But for me, the best way to do collaborations tends to be with gameplay videos, just playing live games. And honestly, I don't know if you've noticed, but on my channel, gameplay videos tend to not do as well. So I often try to not focus on that, and I try to make other content, but that tends to not be as good for collaboration. All right, a couple questions here from Juan. Have you ever thought about how far I've come in YouTube? This, I feel like, is something that's really hard to reflect on because, I mean, as it's all digital, right? So you go onto your YouTube channel and you look at the numbers, you go, wow, that's cool. But it's really hard to put in perspective. Like, if you were to put all the views from one video and have each one be an individual person and then put them all in a room, I can't even imagine that. Like, that's literally what it is, though. Some videos over 100,000 views, and it's honestly super hard to fathom. Sometimes I'm able to grasp it, but most of the time I just kind of really can't very well, I feel like, and I'm just like, man, that's cool, but I try not to really let it get to my head. I mean, I don't want to think I'm anywhere like famous or anything like that. I don't feel like I am at all. I mean, I know the numbers personally seem kind of big, but I also know there's people who get way more, and I always just think about that, and YouTube never really feels super stable, so I don't want to get, a big head and then all of a sudden collapse. Next, why is the channel named Coach Cory? This is actually a good question. When I first started my Brawl Stars YouTube channel, it was actually, my name was Rob Stark, because that was my in-game name for many past Supercell games, and that's what I was known as. I was a pro player before being a Brawl Stars YouTuber in Clash Royale, and I had to keep my following from that. Not that it was a big one, but hey. But eventually I realized being named Rob Stark was not very good for SEO. Game of Thrones was killing me in that regard, and it was just maybe not as memorable. So I wanted to change my name, and at the time, I was pretty strategy-oriented channel, so I kind of thought having Coach in my name made a lot of sense because I really wanted to help people out, and I wanted to be a strategy-type channel, and also my name was Cory. My name is Cory, literally. So I just added the two together, and I kind of thought it would work and be memorable. How old am I? I'm 26, but I'm about to be 27 pretty soon in September. What is the secret for a perfect beard such as mine? I wish I had something I could say to actually help people grow beards or anything, but gonna be honest, it's all genetics, and I'm just a hairy person, so I can grow a good beard. That's the bottom line. Why are randoms so bad at Brawl Ball, but not Showdown? Well, I think part of it is just in general, people are kind of selfish, and they tend to think about themselves, right? So in Showdown, it's not that hard to be able to make good plays that benefit you. But when all of a sudden you got to think about what helps your team and your teammates, people aren't quite as good. They make selfish plays because that's what's good for them, or that's what they think is good for them, and it doesn't really work out. If you could erase a brawler, which one would you pick and why Tick? You're right, it is Tick. It's always gonna be Tick. I hate Tick. And to me, I'm pissed he's even in the game because having a brawler that is long range, that is able to attack people that can't attack back, just doesn't make sense. And also the fact that his area of attack is so freaking wide is really aggravating. And the fact that it's so long range and it's an attack that lasts a long period of time. It doesn't go away right away. You have to wait for it to go away. So to me, there's so many things about Tick that doesn't make sense. So yeah, it's Tick. If there was only one choice, what would you choose? A Mortis range buff, a Daryl Steel Hoops buff, or a Crow remodel? I'm not a big Mortis guy, so don't care that much for the Daryl Steel Hoops buff. I mean, that'd be fine, but it's not that exciting. I kind of want the Crow remodel, because let's be real, I want to see what's going to happen to White Crow, and if they'll change Phoenix Crow as well. Let's see. Maybe next update? I don't know. I know it's on the list, but probably one of the next two. All right, why do you have a hat in your profile pic, but you never wear it? This is a really good question. Honestly, it's kind of a fraud, I guess. I'm kind of a fraud in this sense because, look, I thought a hat fit with being a coach. Coaches wear hats, right? So when I was designing my channel art, I was like, it makes sense for me to have a hat. It does. And it kind of does, but I hate hats. I hate wearing hats. I have a really big head, and I don't know, I just kind of don't like wearing hats. Probably because I was a baseball player for like 10, 11 years when I was younger, and I don't know, it always messed up my hair, so I kind of hated it. That's it. So I just don't wear hats. All right, which brawler do I like the most? First of all, brawler I like the most, I usually think it's Piper or Brock. Sometimes I say Spike too. Basically, I like damage or brawlers that can do a lot of damage, can get like really satisfying kills, I feel like, and it's just fun to like have moments where you're hitting a bunch of shots in a row, do a ton of damage, and to me, it's just really satisfying and fun. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now as a YouTuber? I feel like this is one of those super hard to answer questions. Like, can anyone really know where they're going to be in 5 years? But if I had to, I always just kind of look at the guys who are way bigger than me and kind of hope I'm like at that level, like Clash with Ash, Chief Pat, OJ, those sort of guys who have really gotten that far. I mean, I'm hoping I can continue as a YouTuber, continue to grow, maybe get more involved in esports organizations or just other projects, and just keep on growing as a person and a YouTuber. Sonic says, how did you start Meme Review? I started it, I mean, first of all, I'm a huge Reddit guy in general. I've had a Reddit account for like over 5 years, and I'm on Reddit pretty much every single day, and I have been probably for the past like 4 years or something like that. A long time. So I've just always been enjoying Reddit, and of course, because of that, I go on the Brawl Stars Reddit a lot, and there were a ton of memes, and I just thought it might be kind of fun to cover them, so why not? Oh, we got a bunch of questions here. Here we go. Favorite meal? I gotta say, I think it's Chinese, but really good sushi is incredibly hard to pass up, but it's usually so expensive, it's something very rare to get. All right, favorite Avenger? I don't know if I have one, but I should probably say Tony Stark, because he's a Stark, although it's a totally different type of Stark, but If you had the Infinity Gauntlet, what would I snap it for? Tick. Get out of here. Goodbye. Do I have siblings? I have an older sister. Yep. Do I like winter or summer? I like snow, but I don't like the cold. So I'm more of a summer guy, especially since you can be outside and do fun stuff. And I say that, but I don't really go outside that much anymore. Just play video games inside. But you know how it is. All right. What are my fears? Oh, that's a tough one. I'm not sure I have like a great answer to this. I tend to be one of those people who doesn't let stuff get to them very easily. But if I had to say something, I'm always afraid of, I guess like my family or friends getting hurt. I think that's more than anything what I would be afraid of, anything bad happening to them. And then also, I guess anything super negative having to my YouTube channel a lot. Maybe I make a mistake and I get kicked out of the content creator program by some sort of accident or something. I think that's a fear I have. Maybe I accidentally leak something, or I don't know, something like that. What other games do I play other than Supercell ones? Yeah, I play pretty much most of the Supercell games, and for many years a lot of them. But other than those, I play Teamfight Tactics a lot right now, and I've also started playing a game called Towerland, sort of like a tower defense game. And honestly, but for me, I try to get tunnel vision on what's supposed to be the thing I focus on, which is Brawl Stars. So I try to not play a lot of other games, but it is super hard to only play one game because it gets really boring. You know, I've played Brawl Stars for over 3 years now, and I play it every single day. So it can be hard to just play one game. So I do try to play others sometimes, but I try not to get too far in. By the way, let's give away a gift card. Here we go. Best of luck. Oh, also, all the gift cards are going to be US stored. Okay, this is not a question, but a request. Please tell us an incident of my life which is funny or maybe scary. All right. Let's see. I don't know exactly what you're looking for, but I guess one kind of weird, kind of funny story is when I was in 4th grade. Okay, so first of all, just to understand, I'm one of those people who I kind of always have to be doing something. Like, my hands always have to be doing something, or if I'm talking, I'll just be like grabbing something like, or whatever, stress ball, whatever. Just, I always got to be doing something. So when I was in 4th grade, okay, I happened to have a pair of scissors in my hands. You know, I always had to be doing something. So while I was incredibly bored in class, in school, my teacher was in the middle of a lecture, and the scissors just started to go near my eyebrow. And I cut off one of my eyebrows, or most of it anyways. I'm not sure why I did this, and it was definitely a pretty embarrassing moment for me. All right, a subject I hate the most. I don't know if this is like supposed to be school-oriented or not. Probably not. But I hate writing essays, okay? Freaking hate essays. I can do tests all day. I can like eliminate bad answers and do probability and try to figure out the best likely possible answers, and that's fine with me test-wise, but writing long essays, oh, I hate it. I can't do it. All right, another gift card, because why not? Let's go. Cory, if Brawl Stars dies, are you going to stick with it, or which games are you planning on doing next? By the way, I love your videos. Thank you. First, if Brawl Stars dies, I probably wouldn't stick with it, right? Because, I mean, it depends on how dead it is, I guess. But what other games would I cover? It's a really good, hard question, because switching to a different game is just in general super hard. You kind of have to switch to a game that's popular, right? Even if you love a game, doesn't necessarily mean you can switch to it if it's not popular on YouTube. So I would have to find a game I really like, and that also does well on YouTube. As I said earlier, I play Teamfight Tactics, so maybe I could do that. And there's a couple people who cover that game and get good views, but those guys also would get good views almost covering any game. So I'm not sure if that's a possible move, but it would have to be a popular game that I enjoy. Since when have I had a beard? I've had a beard since college. I think since sophomore year of college. One of my friends sort of dared me to grow it out, because I usually would grow it out for No Shave November, and then I would shave it off afterwards. But one of my friends was like, dude, you should just keep it. And then I did, and then I noticed girls really liked the beard. So I decided to keep it after a lot of positive encouragement. So basically since sophomore year, which for reference was like 7, 8 years ago, maybe. How much money have I spent on Brawl Stars? Oh, this is a question I feel like I don't want to answer just personally for myself. But it's over $1,000 for sure. It's probably pretty close to $2,000. Just over all the time. It's gotta be. What is my wife's thoughts on me playing video games for a living? Well, my girlfriend, although we've been dating like 6 years, so it's fine, it's fair. At first, wasn't really all about it, but then realized that it can work and you can make a living this way. You know, pretty much after Brawl Stars went global, my whole family sort of realized that. I think it can be sort of aggravating for her to just see me playing video games all day sometimes, and it's also a little hard to tell sometimes if I'm working or if I'm playing. But otherwise, she's pretty supportive, so it's been great. All right, another gift card right here. Focus, camera. All right, if you were able to redeem any of these, let me know. Do I ever get recognized in real life as being Coach Cory? I have never been recognized outside of a Supercell event. I've been to, you know, some like Brawl Stars stuff, and people there also going there for Brawl Stars stuff, and they go, oh, you know, they recognize me there, but otherwise it's never happened. What am I doing in these difficult times to keep myself busy or different than the regular schedule? Yeah, with COVID, I'm basically staying inside more, but to be honest, since being a full-time YouTuber, it's such a busy job, I didn't get the chance to do a ton of things inside the house, but I would have, you know, I would see friends a lot more than I am now, and pretty much now I'm only seeing family for the most part, and I'm trying to go, you know, grocery shopping less. I'm not eating out at all, pretty much home cooking almost every single meal. So that's definitely one difference. But for the most part, you know, I always worked from home anyways. So just staying inside even a little bit more wasn't a huge change. One way, probably the biggest way COVID has affected me in my YouTube channel is my ad revenue is probably almost like 50% down. Not quite, but kind of close. And even more so, I haven't had any sponsorships except for the one on this video since like 4 months. Or around that, so that's a big cut of my revenue. What is my next goal after reaching 200k subs? What video could we expect? Celebration. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not very good at celebrating. So I don't really know. If you guys have like great ideas for celebration, you know, maybe let me know down below in the comments. Next goal, I mean, it's just like, I feel like 250k is a nice number. Other than, you know, it's 250,000, so that's kind of cool, but other than that, it's just like every 50k subs or every 100k subs is a goal. But honestly, views is the main thing I want to drive, although subs is also important. And thank you for the rest of the kind words there, Matt. Do I like other games other than Brawl Stars and games I sponsored? Most of the games I sponsor, I do like a good amount. I will say, actually, there was one game where I was maybe getting a deal for, so I started playing it in preparation, and then the deal fell through, and I didn't get it, but I actually kept playing the game. I played it for a while. That was, I think it was called Mobile Legends. And it was a lot of fun, although I never got the deal. All right, that is going to be it for today's video. If you have any other questions, let me know down below. If it gets a ton of likes, I'll probably see it and maybe I'll answer. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later. Peace.